What is up, lads? It's your boy, the Spartan Slob, aka the most beautiful lad on YouTube, aka the true Call of Duty athlete. Make sure you go on Alia's channel and tell him that the Spartan Slob is his biggest fan, and I dream with him shirtless every night. So lads, hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you spank that like button if you do, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Every time he says that he's the biggest fan of LEA, I just cannot believe it, bro. But anyways, today I am bringing you the top 10 new overpowered guns in Call of Duty Warzone Season 5, because we just got some buffs, some nerfs, so the whole thing has changed. The rank of the best guns in Call of Duty Warzone has changed recently, but overall things are pretty much, with some cheeky changes here and there, the things are pretty much still the same. So I decided to not put the AN94 in this video because I don't have it yet, so I cannot rank it right now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna start off with 2 secondaries, then I'm gonna have 1 long-range weapon, and then the other 7 weapons, in my opinion, are all top tier. They're like god tier, and it was very hard to rank them. So I mean, they're pretty much at the same level. So without wasting any more time, at the number 10 spot we have the very cheeky Origin 12. It's a great secondary weapon. In fact, it is my favorite right now, and what a surprise, because for a very long time I thought this gun was trash, or at least it was trash in the multiplayer. Then out of nowhere recently everyone started using the Origin 12, and it is great. The range is kind of poop, but for close range, for cleaning up buildings, getting people around corners, oh yeah, it's very good, but it lacks the range. And when it comes to secondary weapons, it's also important to have a little bit of range, because then if you run out of ammo on your primary, you are done. So then we have, ladies and gentlemen, at the number 9 spot, the MP5. So there's the MP5, there's the MP7, there's the P90. They're almost at the same level, but I think that the MP5 is the best. It just shoots super fast, and it's, you know, it's very reliable. But if you go with the MP7, I will say that it's a great option. Unfortunately, I only had space on this list for 2 secondary weapons. Otherwise, I would have also put the MP7 on this list, and even the P90. I freaking love that gun, even though it's very underrated. Then we have a long-range weapon at the number 8 spot, because when you're playing Warzone, like Battle Royale or even Plunder, I feel that it's very important to always have a guy with a long-range weapon, and the best for that are definitely sniper rifles. My favorite, and the one I put on this list, is the AX50, because I think it just does a little bit of everything. It's not the best at just one thing. It just does everything right. And I mean, there's also the Kar 98, which seems to be the best sniper for an aggressive play style. There's also the HDR, which is a very powerful sniper rifle, and if you use any one of them, you are gonna be very well served. But as I said, the X50 is my favorite, so I decided to go with that for the number 8 spot. And then we have the top tier guns, ladies and gentlemen. At the number 7 we have the M13. In my opinion, it is the weakest in terms of damage of all these guns, but I will say that it's kind of like similar to the Kilo, but it has a little bit more low damage, and it just fires a tad little bit faster. I think that even though it has low damage, and that's why most people don't use it that much, I think that the fast firing rate and the low recoil make it a beast, and definitely a great gun in Call of Duty Warzone. And it kind of reminds me of like an ACR. It has low damage, but then it shoots super fast, and it has no recoil pretty much. So if you use like a 50 round mag or 60 round mag, you will be super good. And then we have at the number 6 spot a gun that was super popular until Season 4, and then it kind of like just disappeared, which is, ladies and gentlemen, the Grau. I like calling it the Grau because it's super badass. I've been calling it that way. You know, I kind of like it. I started calling it because there's a guy called, a YouTuber called Chaos X Silencer. He calls it the Grau, and even though it's completely wrong, I just love it. So I started calling it that way too. So even though it got nerfed during Season 4 and it completely disappeared, it's still one of the best guns, one of the best assault rifles in Warzone. It's still pretty much the same, but once people hear the word nerfed, I mean, they just stay away from the gun like it has a disease or something. It was not that bad. So they nerfed the range a little bit. If you want to go for range, I mean, if you want to go for long range kills, just use a sniper rifle. But I mean, they nerfed the range a little bit. They added a little bit of recoil, but it's still good. I mean, it's nothing. It is nothing when compared to guns that used to be hard to use in Call of Duty, like the F2000 and AK-47s and stuff like that. It's still a god gun in Call of Duty Warzone, and a plus is definitely those perfect iron sights with the Archangel barrel, and it even got a new attachment recently. Then we have at the number 5 spot the M4. Again, one of the best guns in the game, and just like the Grau, it got nerfed a million times. Actually, this one got nerfed way more than the Grau, but yeah, the M4 was god tier, super god tier at first. Then it got like 3 nerfs in a row or something, and it's like it pretty much also disappeared, just like the Grau, but it's still an all-round great assault rifle with fast firing rate, super fast firing rate, low recoil. They added a little bit of recoil, but it's not a big deal. They also nerfed the damage, I believe, a little bit, but it has great iron sights, which is a plus. It's not perfect like the Grau, but it is definitely good, which is a plus because you don't have to waste a point on an optic, and you can just use that bad boy on something else. Then we have at the number 4 spot a surprise, ladies and gentlemen, which is the Galil, or the something AMAX. Oh my god, do I love this gun. And as I said, it's a complete surprise. I started using it yesterday, and I am shredding people, completely ripping them off with this bad boy. It has perfect iron sights, not as perfect as the ones on the Grau, but I mean, it's almost there, and it shoots super fast. It has good damage, it has good range. The only problem it has when compared to the other guns, and that's the reason why it's not higher on the list, is the 45 round mag. 50 is the minimum for me, 60 is like perfect, and 45, it's just almost there, but it's not there yet. And when you're like facing multiple enemies, like when playing quads or trios, I mean, those 45 rounds are definitely gonna bite you in the butt. So I mean, it's definitely one of the best guns in Call of Duty Warzone. And then we have at the number 3 spot my favorite assault rifle in the game, which is the Kilo. It has been my favorite since the beginning, since day one. I've always used this bad boy, and I believe it's the only one where I have the gold camo. I didn't care about unlocking the gold camo on the other ones, but I got it on this bad boy because I just love it so much. Just like the Sniper AX50, it's not the best at just one thing. It doesn't have the best damage or the fast firing rate, or it's not the most accurate or whatever, but it just does a little bit of everything. It's like that perfect student that just has good grades at everything, and then there's those guys that are just great at sports or just great at math or something like that. I just love this bad boy. It is super reliable, good range, good damage, pretty much no recoil. It's a straight up beast, my bad boy Kilo right here. And then we have at the number 2 spot a gun that was nerfed recently, and boom, as I said, if people hear that a gun has been nerfed, they completely stay away from it. So it's the FAL at the number 2 spot. Not gonna lie, I don't really like using this type of gun. I go with assault rifles most of the time, but I mean, they nerfed the close range of the FAL, but they actually buffed the long range. So after 20 minutes, it does more damage to the upper body, I believe, and also headshots do more damage after 20 meters, but at close range it's not as good as it used to be. But no problemo, at close range just use the Origin 12. And on this gameplay I wasn't even using, like, I don't even have the best attachments for the FAL. I just started using some gun I had here, some FAL I had here. Even though I didn't have the monolithic suppressor and stuff like that, I was still shredding people like crazy. So it's still freaking amazing. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of amazing, at the number 1 spot we have the Bruin, which is the best LMG in the game. It's representing the LMGs. It is the best for aggressive play. I kind of call it like an assault rifle disguised of an LMG because it just shoots so fast. It has a super fast reload, low recoil, and good damage. Unfortunately, they nerfed the range, but it's not a big deal. As long as you're mounting your gun, as long as you're kind of like crouching and whatever to be more accurate, you will have no problem. As long as you're not trying to snipe people with a Broin, you will be absolutely fine. And in my opinion, it's still the best gun in Call of Duty Warzone. And as I said, from the number 7 spot up until the number 1 spot, the difference is pretty minimal. If you use one of these 7 guns, you will be absolutely fine. So ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.